What's up, people? What's up? What's up? Got my mic on here. It's just gonna have to sit the way it's sitting. It don't matter. As long as the content is there, that's all that matters right now. But you are back to IT, and today we're gonna talk about these coding boot camps. You knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. Today is the day. We're gonna talk about these coding boot camps because they've been popping up all over the place, especially since COVID-19 started. They've been popping up everywhere. And even since I started kind of researching the coding boot camps, they're coming through on my cell phone, and I'm getting all these ads on everything of coding boot camps. And man, it made me just really take a moment to sit down and say, okay, let me really evaluate these coding boot camps and whether this is even necessary. But before we get into that, because I was getting ready to just go into it, but before we get into that, please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. It is very important that you hit the like button. For those who don't know, if you like the content, hit the like button. It positively affects the videos. So especially my subscribers, I've gotten subscribers, and I'm actually, grateful and surprised that I've gotten subscribers because I really wasn't doing this for that purpose. But if you subscribe to my videos and you see my video, definitely I should see the same number of likes, so I can know that you're not just subscribing just to be a part of it. I know that you really down, that you really back for IT. No, I'm just kidding. But subscribe, like, and most important too, and what's important also, share the video. Like, subscribe, and share. Especially if you like the content, if you like the message, don't just be stingy and keep it to yourself. Share it with other people, so they can get the message. Put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your Facebook, put it everywhere. Now, but let's get started. Back to these coding boot camps. So I've been seeing coding boot camps popping up everywhere. And I'm like, dang, maybe I should go to a coding boot camp. It even had me considering it. But I find it interesting that when you ask somebody about their experience of a coding boot camp, it's always something like, yeah, it'll look good on a resume, It's never like, yeah, it taught me a lot. I think one thing that you have to take into account before you sign up for a boot camp, take into account how you learn. I think that if you need somebody to really push you or something like that, you may look for another way of learning, like possibly a coding boot camp. But I'm not so sure that you would get it even at a coding boot camp, because they probably are going to push you at a faster pace. You're learning so many things at once. Are you really learning, or are you memorizing? That's one thing you got to remember too. They're cramming so much into you at once. Are you truly learning it that quick, or are you just memorizing it? And I feel like that could be one of the problems where some of these people are having problems when they get on these jobs, because they didn't really learn it. They memorized a lot of stuff. So when they get on these jobs, they don't really know how to apply what they have learned. For me personally, I can learn at home. But one of the reasons I excel in this area is that I can learn at my own pace. I like to learn at my own pace instead of having somebody push me at their pace, because there are things that you may not get. And if you're not grasping something, then the class is not going to stop. They have a certain amount of content that they got to get through in whatever it is, whether it's a 6 to 12 week program. They have a certain amount of content that they have to get through. So you're not gonna get a whole lot of attention in that area. Now, I'm not saying, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't go to a coding boot camp. All I'm saying is that for me, I had to think about how I learn. If I did a coding boot camp, yeah, I think it does show, it's not gonna get you a job, but I think it does show your employer or whoever that you took the initiative to try to get some more knowledge. So it does show that much. But I think that you could also do that on your own. The fact that you have a lot of knowledge in certain areas will show and speak for itself. Or if you do a lot of projects, that'll show a lot for it. That'll speak for itself. So I kind of feel like doing projects could kind of replace the usefulness of a coding bootcamp. But there, like I said, there are some people who got a lot out of it. There's some people who the coding boot camps may have helped you find a job and all of that. So I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying for me personally, I looked at that and I said, okay, I can learn myself. My method for learning different things is I have to sit down and I have to plan out. You gotta be organized though. If you're not organized, you're not gonna be able to learn different things at once. One of my method that I use is if I'm learning Python, I don't try to combine that and learn another programming language on top of it. I learn Python, then I'll learn a software program like, I'll learn something like Microsoft Azure, you know, something that's totally different. I can learn those together because to me, they use two totally different parts of my brain because you don't think the same for programming as you would for using something with a graphical user interface like Microsoft Azure. So I was able to learn those together. I wouldn't recommend learning Python, Java, and shell scripting or something like that. I wouldn't recommend learning all of that at the same time. Like right now for me, I'm still learning Python. I'm always gonna practice my Python every day, but I'm also learning data structures and algorithms at the same time. And I'm gonna throw in some kind of software like Hadoop. I'm gonna start cracking into that. So none of the things are really similar. You get what I'm saying? Because I think that if you try to learn too many programming languages at once, you're gonna start getting them mixed up. That's what I feel. I don't know, maybe that's just how my brain works. But just be thoughtful of how you learn before you run and throw your money into a coding boot camp. I hope I've been saying that, coding boot camp. I don't want to just say boot camp. So you got to be aware, you got to know who you are and you got to know how you learn, before you go signing up. Because I feel like a lot of people are signing up just on the hype. Everybody's on this hype train. Ooh, coding boot camp. Ooh, coding boot camp. And then you're going online and you're hearing the success stories. So you're like, oh my goodness, yeah, this worked for them. And then you're hearing the part about when they got a job, but you don't really know how they got that job. They could have known someone. They could have had a connection. You just don't know. Everybody's path is not the same. You could go to a coding boot camp and it just don't work out for you. So don't think that just because person A did it, that it's gonna work for you. Just because person A did it, doesn't mean it's gonna work for person B. So, I'm not, like I said, once again, I'm not downing coding boot camps. All I'm saying is you have to really evaluate it. Sit down and ask yourself, can I learn this on my own? If I sit down and make a steady schedule of studying and try to study at least maybe 2 to 3 things a week, consistently at a certain time every day for a certain amount of hours, can I learn this on my own at my own pace? You don't want to you want to think about cramming. You don't want to just cram a bunch of information in your head because you're not learning it. Are you truly learning it? If you can't answer questions like, why am I using this? Or why do I need to use this? Or when should I use this? When is the best time for me to use this? Or why should I use it? Questions like that. If you can't answer questions like that, you're not learning the actual concepts behind what you're studying. That's all I'm saying, okay? So that's it for today. Like I said before, I just want y'all to just think about that. Just take that into consideration. Just a little something to think about, all right? So until next time, my videos will be posted on Monday afternoons, probably between 3 or 4. That's where I'll be posting from now on, at least consistently. You may get something in between there depending on how I feel. So until next time, once again, like and subscribe to my channel and share the video. If you feel my message and you feel what I'm saying, share this video, okay? All right, peace.